Hey beauties, good evening to you. Now, beautiful people, one of the things that I endeavor not to do, and notice my word endeavor, is not to pass judgment because I myself am a flawed being. The Bible says that whenever we are doing any correcting, we do it in love, lest we fall in the very same trap, or fall into the very same temptation. So you have to be very careful when you're scolding anyone, when you're reprimanding anyone, that you don't come off too coarse and rough, because what may happen is that you may end up finding yourselves doing the very same thing that you scolded somebody on. You have to balance it with some sort of love. You still have to balance it with understanding, knowing that you yourself, if it were not but for the grace of God, you would fall there. No matter what you think, it's not because of you. However, we have to put accountability and discipline where it needs be, and we need to respect morality. I can understand that God has given every one of us volition and choices. Fine, we cannot take that away. If God Himself, who has made us, has not done that, we can't do it. We should not do it as human beings. But there comes a time when we need to say no. There has to be a capping on immorality. Now, Nationwide posited something that I never thought I would ever see. And it should not be a case where they're desperate for some saucy news, some gossip, some sweet, juicy. Why would you post something that asks Cindy, let me not call the wrong name, because you have this model, her name, yes, what this one your name again? Cindy is Breakspear. Cindy Crawford. Cindy Breakspear. That's the Cindy I think and they're talking obviously versus Rita Marley. So it says Cindy or Rita. What are you asking, Nationwide? What are you promulgating? They brought back, I saw an old clipping. Somebody was saying it's an old clipping of Cindy thing. Talking about, it's almost like it is as though how I'm listening to her, it would be remiss of her if she didn't get to meet to be in the company, whether it's romantic or otherwise, of the greatest legend, musical legend that has ever walked this earth in the last 100 years. Yes, that was basically the synopsis of what she was saying. She was kind of almost lauding her encounters with him. I'm not one to judge, but one of the things that we have to be very careful of is that we don't laud and praise immorality. Do not do it. I think we're getting way out of hand just for views and likes. What do you mean, Cindy or Rita? What? What? My God. There has to be a capping on our immorality. There has to be a capping. We need to put a cap on it. That should never have been a question. That should have never been a question. We are now almost, it seems as if there is a sort of a blasphemy where marriages are concerned. There seems to be a blasphemy. I'd not even if the enemy puts people together, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the created union that God has brought upon this land, called marriage. So I'm talking about the marriage in and of itself, in its own etymology, in its natural embryonic stage and state. We need to honor marriage. What do you mean, Cindy or Rita? Back in the day, people were ashamed. They could not make anybody know that they were gibbon. Or they were take born. They could not, because they know they were wrong. They know they were wrong. No, we're almost lauding it and praise it. And let me ask a question. I don't even want to play the whatever advocate. I don't even like using that name. Let me ask a question. Rita Marley is a full-fledged black woman. I'm not sure about Cindy Breakspear's ethnic background. I know she's not, like you would say, solely black. I don't know if she has black in her, to be honest with you. We have white Jamaican. She looks, to me, by looking at her, she looks like just a high-color brown individual, fair-skinned. They would call maybe my complexion, or somebody like around my complexion, brown. Jamaicans sometimes have it the other way. Even when you're fair-skinned, they will say browning. But it's really fair-skinned, brown complexion. Then, when you get dark, they say chocolate and so on, if we were to break it down and dissect it in the right way. If Cindy was dark skinned, maybe not with the beauty queen features, would we ask the same question? Say Cindy or Rita? Would we? Would we? Is it that she gets a pass because of her complexion and, her social status? And I ask that because I know the reality. Had it been a black skinned woman, worse yet, if she is not beautiful, according to the whole European structure and features and what people generally consider to be beautiful, you guys would send her to the gallows, the same one that Haman built for Mordecai. You would send her there. It is disrespectful. It is debauchery, I would call it. It is almost blasphemous. Nationwide, you should take that down. Take that down. It is not right. Don't laud immorality like that. That's brazen. Don't give the devil a foothold. Don't make people think that it is okay to have like sweethearts and so on. I mean, people will do it. We can't stop that. But don't laud it. Don't praise it. You see, for me, no, say me have some bad habits and it's not right. I don't laud it and I don't praise it. I'm telling you the truth. There's some flaws that I have and I say, God, I don't like this about me. God, help me. I know it won't change overnight. Could be attitude. I'm talking even attitude-wise that are not good. Maybe how I may come off sometimes. I say, Lord, it is not good. I'm asking you, you're crazy. If you regard iniquity in your heart, God will not hear you. It will not answer your prayers. What mean Cindy or what kind of mother shot up with the pound? On the smoke weed on the head, I get a water. I mean, I literally have to ask you that in a case like this. Marriage is honorable. You have to be careful how you sound as though you're defiling it and creating some sort of vitriol around it. Don't do that. Don't. It wants about I mean, really think they're, pure evil. Blasphemous almost. Be careful. You shouldn't even dream of asking that for likes and views. That's not funny. That's not cute. It is not right. And we're in a generation where God is not being promulgated in the right way from childhood, because there has been a significant reduction in children going to whether they call it Sabbath school for those who are what they call it, Adventist worshippers or regular Sunday worshippers. There has been a serious reduction in children going. Now, when they see things like this and it starts to take root and plant a seed, they will grow up thinking, sure, not wrong if me have a little sweetheart on the side. I know you have people, but these things, they're supposed to be tabooed. It sounds, I literally have to literally spell it out for you to understand. You don't laud and praise things that are not right. Socially, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, financially, in every way. What do you mean, Cindy? Or what the heck? What are you saying? And I probably guarantee you, if I were to scroll down on somebody, I saw some of the messages and I was very proud. People were very, very not pleased. You don't do that. You don't laud that. Bob Marley was married to Rita Marley. Even if they had separated, as far as I know, they were not divorced. And he had extramarital affairs, not only with Miss Breakspear, with other women. Would you see the number of children that he had? Come on. I mean, Cindy or Rita, what are you asking? And it sounds a little backhanded. Let me not even pass any judgment. I have to shake my head. I don't think the question would have been asked if Cindy Breakspear was not a beauty queen back in her day, and she was not fair-skinned and, basically socially and economically well off, seemingly, as far as I surmise. It should, in other words, it should be black, ugly, and stay bad, and ordinary and have no money, really. Nobody would even think of asking that question. And because Rita was a very beautiful lady, once you get older, their features are going to change. You're going to age. So that youthful beauty is not going to be there. Nationwide, take that down. You should take that down. That's not good. It is not good nationwide. It is not good. Don't ask that. Don't ask that. That is... Anyway, Lord... guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this message, please.